Hello, my loves. Welcome or welcome back to Chemistry with Kismet Tarot. I am Monica, the Kismet Chemist. If you are new to my channel, welcome to the family. I'm honored to have you here. If you are returning, welcome back. I have missed you. Today's reading is a collaboration with Lexi the Leo. She is absolutely incredible. I am so deeply honored and grateful for this collaboration with her. And we both were feeling the very heavy energies that were moving through the collective. And as we were discussing this collaboration, we talked about wanting to bring more light and more awareness of our community's light into this world. So hers is finding your inner light, and my part is lighting your path. So lighting your path moving forward. As I was preparing for this reading, if you've been following my channel for a while, you know that through spooky season in the month of October, we're doing witch runes for all the readings. But as I was preparing for it, the overall energy of the reading, I was led to using a Karuniki Reiki symbol, and that helps open up the access for anyone viewing this to tap into that healing energy. So the symbol we have right up here is the symbol of Harth. Harth is all about healing the heart. It's healing the heart and bringing you back home within yourself. The heart center is where we're meant to find our home within ourselves. This symbol helps to remove blocks, uproot fears. Sorry, I'm filming this after all the piles, so I've been doing this for a while. But once those fears are uprooted, we can feel as though there's this hole within us. That's where Hearth energy comes in, and it fills those darkened places, that sense of having a hole within ourselves. It fills us with divine unconditional love. The symbol and the energies for this reading are to help heal the relationships that we have in our lives, beginning with our relationship with ourselves, learning how to love ourselves, and infusing joy into the experience of life, this life that we're living. And we do that through actually learning the lessons that we're here to learn and realizing that we're not alone on this journey. We're not alone in the lessons that we're learning. There are other people out there learning the lessons. That's the beauty and essence of Pickacards, is because there are so many people that choose specific piles, and that helps you to know when people comment down below and say, this was the pile I chose. It helps you to know that you're not the only person going through this experience. You're not the only person learning these lessons, having these experiences. You're not alone in the world. And as many times as we say, you're not alone because your guides and spirit are there, sometimes that's just not enough. Sometimes you want to know that the pains and the hardships that you've gone through, there is someone else who will understand it. There is someone else who does understand it because they're experiencing it in their own way. This helps you to surrender into a state of willingness to grow from these experiences, from these lessons, from these trials and tribulations. And it helps to open your heart up to realizing the power of the connections that we are blessed with in our lives, even if they are connections where we find ourselves in a state of pain. They still blessed us with a lesson, a blessing, a gift. This symbol also helps us feel more connected in the physical world, whether it's to the trees and to the leaves and to the flowers and the animals, or whether it's to the person sitting to your left or right at any given point in time, even if they're a stranger on a city bus. This stone and rune also helps to give psychic protection And this is something that's so big in the spiritual community right now, something we're all feeling, is this essence of foreboding or a shadow, this need for understanding that we are protected, but that there are resources out there that provide divine protection. This symbol, this energy does that. Psychic attacks can happen not just from outside sources, but they can happen internally. When we're doing shadow work, we can feel like we are literally being attacked from the inside out. This symbol helps you understand those pieces of you that feel like they are in direct opposition of you, that are within yourself, so that you can overcome that. Each of the piles have a card and a rune. I also lit a candle for each of the piles for protection and healing. Those candles are now burning on my altar space for you all. So that energy will be infused, and I have set the intention for it to be dispersed for the collective. There were also archangels who announced themselves for you to call on. I mentioned each individual archangel for the piles in each of the individual readings. So the piles that we have here are pile 1 with the Temperance card and the Romance rune. Pile 2 with the Justice card and the Eye rune. Pile 3 with the King of Cups card and the Woman rune. And pile 4 with the Devil card and the Rings rune. So without further ado, I am going to put on some music for you guys, and I'm going to ask you that you get in touch with your intuition, get in touch with your guides, with spirit, and allow yourselves to tap into the energies, to be led to the pile that you feel called to. And I will see you at your pile. Hello, pile 1. If you chose the Temperance card as well as the Romance rune, this is the message all about lighting your path forward. So before we begin, I do want to explain a little bit about how the cards are set up. We do have 3 tarot cards. Each one has its own specific intention. This first card is how to shine your light. The second one is how this light will break through the mist. And card 3 is guidance on taking your next steps forward. Now, I'm using the Shadowscapes Tarot here just to give a little bit more information about the area of your life that you're trying to shine your light on. And the card that came out was the 5 of Pentacles. Now, if you look at this 5 of Pentacles, there is literally a butterfly in this beautiful protective bubble, and there's a pentacle directly above her head. But because of how much she has undergone in her life, just in general, with the people in her life on the journey that she has been on, she's having a very hard time seeing the fact that she has the pentacle that she needs to plant the seeds moving forward. The 5 of Pentacles talks a lot about a lack mentality, and the Pentacles is about the earth element, often seen as finances. But to me, this is about your connection with your ability to create the life that you want. This is how it feels so strongly. And out of all of the all of the piles, yours actually had the most astrological influence. So I want to mention some of the astrological energies I picked up, and I want to make sure that you understand that this does not mean that you have to have these placements in order for this to be your pile. This is just the energy that I was picking up. We have Venus in Sagittarius was the very first energy, and then Sagittarius in either the 7th, 11th, or 5th houses. Aries or Libra in the 9th houses. Mars in the 1st, 7th, or 9th houses. And some of you may have Mars opposing or on the exact opposite sign as Venus in your natal chart in any of the fire and air signs or houses. That would be Aries and Libra, Leo and Aquarius, Sagittarius and Gemini, and then it would be the 1st and 7th house axis, the 5th and 11th house axis, and then the 9th and 3rd house axis. So this romance rune that you chose is not necessarily about your actual romantic life. It can be, but it's both Mars and Venus energies. So we're dealing with both the divine masculine and the divine feminine energies. It's about being in a state of love, of artistry and beauty within ourselves, within our very essence, and the absolute unique, genuine manner in which we take all of these energies and we harness them and direct it into our action, into the outside world, as well as how we take all of these things that we contain within ourselves and we put it forth in our connections with others. It's the rune that holds the wisdom of polarity, dichotomy, dissonance, and these things as being a magical resource within our own awareness and growth on an individual as well as an interpersonal level. And Temperance talks all about transcending duality to embrace entirety, embrace the unification of energies. It's the alchemist card, the one that can take two seemingly separate substances and turn them into a third substance that is like turning it to gold or turning it into the elixir of life, something immortal, something that is unable to be broken is what I'm hearing. So even though we understand romance on the level or terms of a connection to another person, the combination of the energies of this rune and the Temperance card are speaking to something far more expansive in the journey through the misty woods that you've been traversing. So you've come out of the waters, now you're in the woods. The woods are covered in mist. I want you to try to envision this for yourself. If you're on a path and there's nothing but mist all around you, what we're talking about here is energies of divine masculine and divine feminine, energies of taking what you contain within yourself and bringing it forth into the outside world. For some people in this pile, this is the spark of the connection with another that awoke deep desires within you, gifts, talents that you have that just suddenly awoke within you. And this connection may now have passed out of your life. It may still remain, but everything that awoke within your heart is there and prominent. It can't be denied any longer because as the denial of these things continues out of fear that they're not good enough, out of fear that you're not good enough, out of this lack mentality, it perpetuates these desires and gifts and talents becoming all consuming. And then the things that are here for you to harness and use to come out into the outside world actually are starting to turn into shadows. It doesn't matter if this connection is still in your life. The connection itself was a divinely guided moment in time that helped to awaken your heart. Right here and right now, you're being called forth. You're being called to transmute, to alchemize those last vestiges of fear so that you can emerge and share your gifts, your creativity, and your heart with the world. For those of you who don't resonate with this being a connection that came into your life that sparked something within you, there was another energy that I picked up as I was channeling information for this pile. And for others, this spark came in a completely like normal, everyday, mundane, inconsequential moment in your life. I was getting this vision of someone walking outside. You were like walking down the sidewalk, but you weren't necessarily completely present in the moment. It was kind of like you were up in your head for a while. And then all of a sudden you look forward and there's this tree or this flower or a rabbit or a bird or some sort of like stone. I was actually seeing almost like a crystal stone on the ground, just shimmering in the light. And your eyes catch it, and all of a sudden it comes alive with color, like colors that you feel like you've never seen before. It was like the blind suddenly seeing everything clearly for the first time, or you needing glasses and not realizing that you need glasses, and then you put it on and everything's in 4K definition. That moment in time that you can't explain to anyone because it seems so irrational, and all of a sudden your entire world opened up and these things within you opened up within your soul, within your heart. It was like I'm hearing here one moment and gone the next, but the exact opposite. It was like you were gone. These things were not in existence in one moment, and then suddenly they were there. It was like a moment of magic. The fears of this fading are what you're transforming. These fears, that this passion that you have, that this creativity that you have within you, that these gifts that you have within you are going to go away. That's going to be transforming. Every step forward that you take, knowing that you're in the mist right now, helps tremendously, because you know that every step forward, when you hold that light that you've found now out into the mist, the light cuts through. You have this physical compass within you, and the compass is automatically located on your true north. It gives you the fullness of clarity within, because whether this was a connection that came into your life or whether it was just some random moment where you just suddenly awoke, you know what clarity feels like, you know what it looks like, you know that moment, and you can take that memory that is actually meant for you to take and use to remind yourself, I've had this before. I know what this feels like. I know what this looks like, and I can move forward, knowing that I'm moving forward with this clarity, with this awareness, because you have it within yourself. Right here and right now, Spirit is calling you. Your guides are calling you. And I feel this sense of like, we have been calling you to step forward into a destiny that you have already seen for yourself, because now is the time for you to step into that. This deep, deep healing, the archangel that came forward for you was Archangel Michael. He's letting you know that you have protection right now. Just like the butterfly on the 5 of Pentacles is surrounded with this protective bubble, so are you. And you are the butterfly. And when you realize that you've already gone through the transformation, you've come out of the cocoon, and now it's time for you to come to the world, that's that moment where every fear that you've already worked through gets triggered. It's like a tumble down effect. Everything's now triggered, because you have to take all of this creativity that you have within yourself, and you have to blend it, mix it together, and take it to the outside world. And you have to do it in a way that you know that you're coming forward with strength, with clarity, with purpose, with knowing your direction. And you know this within yourself. I feel this so strongly. You know this within yourself. You know this within yourself. So let's see how we shine your light. We have strength. You shine your light by being the alchemist, by blending these energies together, by understanding the nature of the rhythms and the cycles of life, by knowing that you have this wildness within you, but it's not a bad thing to hold and harness this wildness within you. You're meant to shine forth in the world. Now, the Strength card correlates to Leo energy. And we did have some of that energy coming through in the beginning. So you may have Leo placements, Venus in Leo, Mars in Leo. You may be a Leo sun, moon, rising, something with your Leo energy here. But it's learning how to temper how much the lion roars and understanding that there is two sides of the lion. There is that gentle lamb of the lion. And it's so oppositional. There's that dichotomy again. It's so oppositional. But you hold both of these things within, and then the face that you bring to the outside world shines forth as both these things. It's like a walking paradox. You're a perplexity. You do both. You are both, and you shine both. And that's what you're meant to do. That's how you shine your light, by being all of what you are, by being both gentle and the protective, strong, courageous lion, knowing that these two are interwoven into eternity and into who you are. Sorry, I get these like hiccup burps. It's really weird, but when energy really starts flowing, sometimes that impacts the release of gas, but it's just like burps and whatnot. So let's see how shining this light, how embracing this very gentle yet very strong part of you will help you break through the mist, help you move forward on the path, even if some of it seems clouded. We have the Seven of Swords. So this is going to actually help shine forward in the area of self-deception. It's going to show you the wisdom that comes from shining a light. If you look at the Seven of Swords, you can actually see the moonlight is acting just like the sun would with the rays coming down. And the moon gets correlated with illusions. Something that kept coming through, and it still does, is the fact that the only reason the moon shines is because the sun is reflecting off of it. And so the illusion is that the sun is gone, that there's only the moon in the sky, but the moon is actually reflecting sunlight. And that's where you can realize, because the sun is the ruler of Leo. So in the times where, say, for instance, right now where we're in the fall season and the days are shorter and the nights are longer, and maybe you feel as though you are so attuned to the sun that you can't harness as much of your power if you can't be in the sun. When the moon is out and it's shining, the light from the moon is literally a reflection of the sunlight. You can set the intention to embrace both aspects of it. Just like the lamb and the lion, you contain both aspects within yourself. You can cut through the illusions by seeing, actually, it's more like seeing the scientific nature of the way that the moonlight works. It's kind of like tricking your own brain to being like, yeah, I can totally do this. This is what it is. And you're rationalizing an irrational part of your brain using science in order to reconnect more firmly with your intuition. I really hope that makes sense, because it sounds kind of contraindicative. I don't know. To me, it sounds, I mean, I can see how you could do this, but it seems like something that you guys will understand what I mean. But it almost seems like it would confuse anyone else. It's tricking yourself. And this is something that I actually do with my shadow. I talk about this a lot, where I'll trick my own brain when I'm journaling by putting like a little asterisk, and I'll say of note and then a colon, and then I'll just start writing all of the negative shadow thoughts going through my head. I call myself out. I call that negative mindset out before it has a chance to redirect. I just do it in a flow state so that I'm able to see it physically. And then it's kind of like it loses its power. When you take something out of the mist, when you shine your light and you realize that you have these aspects, you're actually breaking through the mist by breaking through your own self-deceptions. To see that you have the pentacle that you need already, to see that you have the protection that you need already, to see that you have the strength within you already. You're breaking through your own self-deceptions here. That's how you break through the mist. You realize that sometimes tricking yourself is your best step forward, because sometimes our shadows will trick us. So we have to learn the game that the shadow plays and play the game right back. It's like chess. Sometimes you have to do something that won't make sense in order for the game to be won. So let's get your guidance on taking the next steps. We have the 7 of Wands. You guys have a lot of 7 energies. You may be a life path 7, but this may really be hitting somewhere in your 7th house. So this could be Leo and Aquarius, that Leo and Aquarius, and the 1st and 7th house. So you may, like I said, a Leo rising or an Aquarius rising, you may have that. But with this 7 of Wands, again, look, she's got this protective bubble. She knows her own strength. She's literally holding the power of the sun within herself, within her solar plexus chakra. She is holding that within. She's not looking at anything coming at her because she knows 100% she is surrounded. She is protected. Archangel Michael is with you guys so strongly and coming forward to say, as long as you know that you're protected, you can absolutely trick yourself. She's not looking at this. She's not looking at the wands coming at her. She is centered. She is grounded. She is in her power. And she's saying, I know myself, 100% know myself. And I'm going to sit where I know I'm meant to sit. And I'm going to shine my light out. And I know that my light protects me. I know that I am protected. So this is a huge, huge message for you guys. You guys may have felt as though, your path is nothing but deception, or that others are deceiving you. And that is literally because you don't see what you have around you. You don't see that your transformation is complete. You don't see that you've already planted the seeds, and the seed is set in stone. Like, your destiny is set in stone. And now is the time to move forward from that. You've done this. You've integrated this. You have to believe in yourself more than anything else, because that's where you find that strength within you to come forward into the world. So let's just get a little bit more clarity, some uplifting messages from the guides, from Spirit and the Spirit guides of pile 1. Can we get just a little bit more? This is a Sacred Destiny Oracle. So let's get some clarity and hope for what their destiny is. Look at this. We've got 2, 3, 4 cards. Okay, they want them all. On the back, we have love. See, this is that Venus energy, but this is about learning to love yourself. This is knowing that you're safe to love yourself. This is knowing that love does not equate to lack. Love will never take from you. Real love doesn't take from you. It feeds you. It equalizes everything within connections. It is the great balancer. And to me, temperance really is the great balancer. We could see that in the Justice card, but to me, temperance it's meticulous energy. It's that scientific, esoteric blend where you have to be careful about how much you put in here and how much you put in there. And you know how to do that. You know that delicate balance within yourself. You know what to do here. We've got relaxation, thriving, enlightenment, and then going forward. Yeah. So this is literally saying that you're going to find this delicate balance of that calming relaxation. When you take that time to meditate, to center yourself, to be grounded, to feel into all of this, that's when you realize that you're already thriving. You already have this wisdom within you. And that, like, right now, it's like you're blending, you're mixing, you're coming into this awareness, you're being filled with love. So take a break. It's okay. You are safe to take a break. You are safe to take a break because your life is thriving, your soul is thriving, your heart is thriving. We have well-being right here to clarify. See, the more that you feed into yourself, the more you take care of your mind, your body, and your soul, the more that you really do thrive in the world, the more that love comes in for you. It's blending this awareness of how to take care of yourself, how to love yourself, and then how to move forward in the world. It's that Venus and Mars energy. So let's clarify the enlightenment and going forward, please. Can we get one card to clarify the enlightenment and going forward for pile 1? There. Oh, we got 2 of them. On the back, we have freedom. Gosh, I cannot shake just this strong Aquarius energy. And Aquarius is that counterbalance to Leo. So there's just a lot of Leo and Aquarius energy just flying through. So we have peace and confidence. Okay, so the essence of enlightenment for you guys is knowing that peace is your natural state, and knowing that you have the ultimate divine protection that will protect your peace. So you can have confidence moving forward that anything and everything that you move forward into, your peace is protected and you can move forward confidently. Look, there's so many of these circles here. It's knowing within your very essence, within your very being, that when you move forward in peace, you are at your ultimate confident level. And even this confidence speaks to strength and courage. So moving forward, there are no definitive steps. It's going to be different for everyone, but you are ready to do this. You have this awareness within yourself. You're not actually trapped. The essence of this freedom card is that she thinks that she's in a cage. It's just like the 8 of Swords card. She thinks she's in the cage, but the key is there for her. She can open this cage and free herself. Love is freedom. Love is freedom. And when you love yourself and you love the things that you do and you love the people that are in your life, you exude the essence of love. Moving forward, love is your light. Strength is your light. Take care of yourself and your light will shine. No one can actually get to you. You have Archangel Michael is like right beside you. I'm literally seeing him over your shoulder. Like all you have to do is trust and call on him, and that healing and that protection is there. He is always there. So please hold to the confidence of knowing who you are, because who you are matters. And these moments where things awoke within you, those things are so special. You are so special. Your heart is so special. There's no level of fear that can get through the confidence and strength and love that you have within you. When you find peace in your heart, when you blend everything together and you finally find that peace, nothing can take that away. Because that peace comes directly from inside of you. And no matter how many times you feel like there's somebody who's going to deceive you or hurt you or anything like that, no matter how many times your mind might do it to yourself, you overcome it by knowing that peace is contained within you. And that fills you full of this confidence to spread your wings and to move forward courageously, because it's your destiny here. And it is your destiny to move forward into the world with determination and show them what it looks like to love yourself with the utmost freedom, to know that you are worthy, and to build that life of your dreams because of your inherent, innate, inborn worthiness. Your guides want you to have ultimate peace in that energy, in that awareness. right here and right now. Wow. Okay, pile 1. I want to say thank you so much. If you guys haven't checked out Lexi's video, please go and check that out. The link is in the description box below. And I want to say thank you so much for being here. Thank you to your guides and my guides for facilitating the connection between our energies. Thank you to Spirit for helping these messages flow through me and into this reading for the collective of pile 1. I'm always so honored for what I get to do here. It amazes me every single day. And I am so grateful. So thank you. Pile 1s, if this resonated, please hit that like button, subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. Also hit that notification bell so you get notified when I upload next. Down in the description box, there is a link to Lexi's video and channel, links to my author page on Amazon, as well as to donate to my channel if you feel so inclined. All right, pile 1, I love you all so much, and I will see you next time. Bye. Hello, pile 2. If you chose the Justice card and the I rune, this is the message about lighting your path forward. So the Justice card talks about the understanding and the awareness of the fact that what you do to others, you also do to yourself. Before we get into the channeled message from these cards, I did want to mention, as I was preparing for this pile and getting ready to channel the messages, I had this intense, high-pitched ringing in the left ear. And then I got energy of Egyptian, Thoth, Horus, and Ma'at energy. They were very prominent, very dominant energies. If you don't work with any of these deities, they may be reaching out to you for you to work with them, or to at least become more aware of their energies and how they are here to aid you moving forward. The energies that I also got, and this is a very specific, but please know that you don't have to have this energy for this to be your reading. This would be for Scorpio risings. So I got Libra may be your 12th house. You may have a lot of placements in Libra or in your 12th house. And you actually carry the energy of all the elements, all 5 of them. This is the karmic rebalancing or balancing of the individual based entirely on personal responsibility, accountability, integrity, and actionary leadership of your own life. This is where your energy that I can feel is either at right now or coming into. Now, this may be triggering for some of you, so I did want to give that warning. But the first message that came through with you being in this energy is that you're currently in the midst overcoming the bullying from others, as well as how you may have internalized and manifested the words of others, whether it's in the past or for some of you actually in the present in your life, the words and the projections of others into this lie of who you are. This is being kind of stripped away from you. There was an archangel that came through, as I mentioned in the intro. The archangel that came through for you is Archangel Zadkiel. And I work closely with Zadkiel when I do any of my Reiki healings, because that was the archangel who announced himself to me during a meditation for finding my Reiki master, my Reiki guide. Archangel Zadkiel is here to help amplify compassionate mercy within you, as well as the grace of removing these blockages from fears or projections of others. The compassionate mercy is not just being aided for your sake, but you're learning to give this to the people who have projected onto you. And that in and of itself can be one of the greatest challenges we face. Now, here's your channeled message. And I actually just did automatic writing for you guys. It came through so smoothly, and I really appreciate that. But that tells me that your energy is really, really coming into this balance. The message was all that is felt as though it has transpired behind the scenes has truly been seen by divine forces. Now comes the time for you to fully see the truth and essence within yourself. The karmic wheel always turns, and you are being asked now to trust in what you have placed your focus upon in your life, your own actions and reactions, and leading by example. There is a universal truth in play in your life right now. That which you have done shall be returned threefold. This goes to what others have done through actions aimed at you. As you move forward, the moments in which you have felt alone, abandoned, attacked, and betrayed will become ever clearer as to what you were learning, how you held to the light within, and the true strength of your integrity in bringing you to this point. Every moment of rising above, being the bigger person, and not reacting or retaliating has been seen. Now it is time for you to see. A vision shall be ushered in as you shift your perception out of the pain and into the wisdom of your soul, seen in the light shining in your eyes. Do not hesitate to allow yourself to receive the vision you are being blessed with, for the way has been made clear for you to bring your life fully into balance. I got a very strong, very firm, almost quiet knowing that exists within you. Where once you had this feeling of being targeted, now there is a wisdom and trust of the universe having your back. That's a huge transitional point for you here. And I want to really acknowledge that before I give you this final channeled message. I want you to really acknowledge how far you have come, how much you have moved into a state of knowing, into a state of balance, because it is miraculous in and of itself. You have overcome so much. And I can feel such pride and honor being gifted to you from the universe, from spirit, from your guides. There's so much here that I am feeling. This message that I got felt like it came from your higher self. And it said, I need not lift a finger, for I understand the nature of the universal law of cause and effect. Thus, I hold myself to the highest of standards and achieve them through the grace of unconditional love. And this feels very much like something that your higher self has been saying for you to hear, whether it's in your dream state and you wake up and you feel refreshed, you feel rebalanced. If you go to bed and you may be in some kind of tumultuous or turmoil energies. So as we move forward, each one of these cards has a specific intention for the message. The first card is how to shine your light. The second card is how this light will break through the mist. And the third card is the guidance on taking the next steps. As I was working with this energy, I wanted to use the shadowscapes to see what the mist that you're moving through is, what it's being represented by, because the justice in the eye is more of your energy. So the mist that you're in is this Emperor energy. It's this strong, stable, firm, foundational awareness, this strong divine masculine energy that knows its place in the world, knows its truth, and knows what it's here to bring forth. And that is what you're coming into right now. You're moving through the mist in order to be able to harness this Emperor energy. So we do have literal opposites, because the Emperor is Aries energy and justice is Libra energy. And if you are one of those who has Libra in the 12th house, then we have the 6th and the 12th house axis here. And the 6th house is about work. It's about the service that you provide for the world. And when you are able to stand very firm and stable in that and bring that forth, that really does help share that divine awareness of cause and effect, of rebalancing, and of divine justice. And you don't have to do anything. And that's what your higher self was saying. You don't have to do anything. All you have to do is embody that compassionate grace, that compassionate mercy that is available to you at all times. So let's find out how to shine your light. We have the 9 of Pentacles. I love that. Literally, what this is saying is shine your light by showing the world what you're capable of. Show the world what you can create. Show the world what one person can do to change, not just their life, but the lives of many. Show the world that you have the ability to create exactly what you want to create on no one else's terms but yourself. Yourself, your higher self, your soul, know that you have the wisdom within to bring this forth, and take peace in knowing that what you're building is this. This is how you shine your light. You shine your light by sharing who you are and your personal independence. It's sharing the blessings and the gifts that you have built for yourself, showing the world what they're capable of by leading by example. Now let's find out how your light will break through the mist. We have the card 18 and the moon. This is Piscean energy, but the moon talks about illusions. So this actually is, I'm thinking more along the lines of the collab that I'm doing here in Lexi, and the way that she sees how to get to the light going through the murky waters. This is literally how you break through that mist, is by knowing that you're going down into the murky waters, knowing that you're going to have to face the illusions, and then doing that, because when you do that, you actually are able to harness everything that you contain within, all of the elements, all of the awareness, all of the truths. And in doing that, you actually show the world what kind of illusions we weave for ourselves. Your light, knowing that you are firm and tall and proud and able to do this for yourself, able to create this for yourself, literally breaks through any illusions that might be there. It's also a message about the depth of the psychic gifts that you have, knowing that those gifts will guide you forth. 18 reduces to a 9. It's coming back to this 9 energy here. We're coming right back to this. It's knowing that no matter what gets woven in front of you, you have the ability within you to see deeper, to see further, to see clearer, because you are this strong. You are creating this life. And you are here to show the world how to do that, how to live abundantly, how to be abundant, and know that abundance comes from within. We plant the seeds, we tend to the seeds, we grow the crops of abundance, and then we harvest them. And it's a natural thing. And when we know what we're planting, when we know what we're meant to create, there isn't a single force in the world that can tell us that our wisdom and our knowing is not right. It's not what it's meant to be. So the projections of others, you're now going to show them by proving yourself, not in a way where you're getting revenge or you're retaliating. You're proving yourself by standing very firm in who you are and moving beyond those illusions, moving beyond those deceptions, those projections, and breaking through any of those internalized mindsets that have built this lie of who you are, this fallacy of what you can and cannot do. You're breaking through that by knowing your own worth, your own value. So let's see the guidance on taking the next steps. We have the 3 of Cups. This is so beautiful. So Spirit and your spirit guides are really saying that in this moment, right here and right now, take the next steps forward. Start building the community that you want. Trust the people that are being brought into your life. Trust that they are no longer going to be the way that things were in the past, that the projections and words spoken against you and actions taken against you from the past, and especially if this is friendships in the past, communities in the past. I know I personally have been through that phase. Spirit wants you to trust that what's coming in now is true friendship. Friendship that is not based on illusion, but friendship that is based on mutual respect, mutual trust, balance and harmony, and mutual respect, especially mutual respect. There's so much here that's like, no one respected me in the past. No one understood that I was meant to do my thing and not their thing. And I get that. I get that because I went through that phase. I had to get through that phase. And that's something that I feel like you're learning here, especially, is that sometimes we have to get through phases in order to be able to lead by example for others. So whatever phase you're in, Spirit's saying, moving forward, there will be building of communities. There will be building of friendships, and they are ones that you can trust because it's being divinely brought in for you. Because you have healed this illusions and projections of others as you move through those misty parts of the woods after you've gone down into the murky depths. Every journey has different, I'm hearing every journey has different legs of it. It's kind of like the Ironman competition, where the Ironman has the swimming portion and the biking portion and the running portion. You go through the different portions of it to get to the end. You're coming to the final portion of it because you're breaking through these illusions and you're seeing your true worth. You're seeing your true capabilities in this world, and others are seeing that too. And they want to be a part of it, but they don't want to be a part of it in the sense that they're taking from you. They want to be a part of it in the sense that you guys are working in harmony. You're working mutually to build. I was actually talking to my daughter, Eliza, last night about how when you're building something and you're helping others, everyone rises together or everyone falls. And sometimes we don't understand that, because when we know that we have an individual path, it can feel like if we don't do what we're meant to do, we're faltering. But sometimes what we're being called to do is literally to reach a hand down to the people who believe that they're lower than us, to show that there is equality in all people and in all things. You understand this. You also understand that when you help another, then you are helped when you need that. And there is that balance of what you do to others, you do to yourself. So when you help another, you're also helping yourself. Even if you can't see it in the moment, there is divine timing that builds your strength, your stability in your path, your purpose, your future. Your pile is so incredibly, incredibly powerful. And powerful energies get preyed upon the easiest, the most, because people want a taste of that power. They want to languish in the power that you have. And while that served its purpose for the time in which it was in your life, that time frame is no longer here. You are on a different leg of the journey now. So let's get a little bit more clarity moving forward. So this is just asking your guides and spirit for just a little clarity, a little hope, because when we're moving through the forest, moving through the waters, moving through the mists of the shadows and the illusions, one of the greatest strengths that we hold is hope. Hope is powerful. Hope and love. So we have protection. Know that you're protected. Know that this path that you're on is protected, and know that what you're building is protected. Some of you may have families and you're worried about you taking this path forward with your family, whether your family will be protected. Some of you may be, some of you may feel called to like humanitarian positions, but you're afraid of the way the world is going to respond or react. You're afraid of whether or not whether or not this is the right path for you. I'm hearing if it comes from the heart, that's the right path for you. And know that anything that you create from the heart has divine protection interwoven. No one can get to you. The bullies can't come back. They cannot get to you. You are protected in this world. You are divinely protected in this world. And I'm actually getting like fairies are around you protecting you. This is new for me because I haven't fully tapped into fairies on a regular basis, but that's something that's coming through really strongly. It's like the fairy queen is here. That's very powerful energy. You have very powerful guides and energies. We have closure. Yeah. So this again, it speaks to that you're on a different leg. Look, you're literally walking through the misty forest in this card, but the door behind you is closed. So your guides want you to know that time frame has closed. Oh, that's so beautiful. We've got forgiveness and clarity. And on the back of the deck, we have confidence. Be very, very aware here between the confidence and the Nine of Pentacles. Look, they're both looking up. They're both aiming up. It's okay to aim for the stars. Now is the time for you to aim for the stars, because this closure, this new leg of the journey, this is because you've given forgiveness. That compassionate grace energy that you've given to yourself, to others who have bullied you, projected onto you, that forgiveness is one of the greatest blessings that you can bring into your own life. That greatest gift you can give to yourself, because what that does is it gives you the clarity that you need about why it happened, what purpose it served in your life, but also in the fact that we're all doing the best that we can at any given point in time. We may not be doing our best, but we are at that point. The same for you. At any point in time where you felt overwhelmed, overpowered, where you told yourself lies, you were doing the best that you could within the circumstances that you had. And now, as you close that door and move to this new leg of the journey, you're moving through the forest, you're moving through the mist, and you know and understand intrinsically that forgiveness brings the greatest clarity, that this path that you're on is one of the greatest clarity. I'm actually getting these halos, the light halos in a lot of these cards. And I'm getting this sense that like your aura has changed. There's like this essence of an aura halo around you that you may begin to be able to see. It's like your vision is changing, but not the long-term vision. It's more like your physical vision is changing. You may be able to see auras. Can we get just a little bit of clarity on here, your destiny moving forward? Can we get clarity on your destiny moving forward? We have purification. I love that. As you move through the mist, all that was will be purified now, because it's time for you to go on a new adventure. It's a new leg of the journey. I love this. I love this. Finally, we have happiness. On the back of the deck, we have success. I was actually just talking about success. I can't remember if it was in my last reading or if it was in my book, but success is how we view it. Right now, this journey is bringing you into a point in your destiny where a rebalancing is happening. There's this karmic purification, the karmic balancing of who you are, of the individual. And it's like your guides want you to pump yourself up here. It's time to pump yourself up because you're moving forward. You're going to be building. You're going to be creating this community. You're going to be moving into a time frame in which all the things that you have been doing, that you have been undergoing, all of the healing that you've done is going to pay off. And that's something that you're going to see for yourself. This vision that you're being given, whether it's because you look in the mirror and you look in your eyes and you finally see the soul of who you are shining forth, and you realize that none of the words or projections of others will ever impact the power of the moment you see your own soul. That is very strong for a lot of you. For others, it's like you see a picture of yourself when you're a child and you see that innocence, that essence, and it just purifies your entire being because that's who you are. That's who you are. And now you remember. And it's like you find that joy, you find that happiness again, you find that feeling that every new stage that you're in is just a new adventure forward. And you ground and root yourself in that knowing that every adventure brings more happiness. Every adventure brings more joy. Every moment of clarity brings more success into your life. And you can be confident of that because this is what you're here to do. And this is how you shine your light and move forward on your path. All right, pile 2. This is all I am seeing for you guys. I want to say thank you so much. Thank you to Lexi for this collaboration. Thank you as well to you, pile 2. Thank you to your guides and my guides for facilitating the connection between our energies. And thank you to Spirit for allowing these messages to flow so smoothly. And just for me being able to do this. I find myself filled with gratitude more and more on a daily basis. And it just is so incredible to me. So thank you so much. Pile 2, if this resonated, please hit that like button. Subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell. That way you get notified when I upload and you don't miss any of my future videos. Down in the description box, if you haven't caught Lexi's video, there will be a link to checking her video out, as well as links to my author page on Amazon and links to donate to my channel, if you feel so inclined. All right, pile 2, thank you again for being here. I love, love, love you guys, and I will see you at my next reading. Bye. Hello, pile 3. If you chose the third pile, the King of Cups with the woman, Rune, this is your message. Before I get into the channeled message, I did want to say to start off with, there is a trigger warning for this pile for the energy that I picked up, the messages that came through. It is a deeply emotional energy that I picked up from you. And I just wanted to make you aware that some of these messages may be a little bit triggering. There is an archangel who announced himself to work with you, and it is Archangel Raphael. Archangel Raphael would like you to call upon him to help amplify the healing of your heart through welcoming in unconditional love. With the combination of this card and rune, I did get astrological energies that some of you may be carrying. Some of you, and this doesn't have to be what you have in your chart for this to be your reading. It's just some of the energies that I picked up. I picked up Venus in Cancer and or a moon in Taurus. The number one message that came as soon as I tapped into your energy, just overpowering. And I can feel the power from your guides and from Spirit and your higher selves right now in this moment as I'm sharing it with you is you are not, were not, and will never, ever be crazy. You are a psychic. You are an empath, a healer, a mystic, a seer. This is your essence. This is who you are. It is not crazy. You are not crazy. The channeled message, the longer one, was, and forgive me, I feel so much emotion just reading that. This pile has been in the mind's misty mental forest. The darkness fully descended and not even the light of the moon could be seen. The perceptions, projections, fears, and manipulations of others, especially those of the past in relationships that were meant to be loving, yet found to be built on illusions of lack. They've created such a dense fog upon the truth of who you are and your own personal truths. Past pains from the infliction of narcissistic egos upon your gentle, adventurous, and loving, trusting, true you have brought you here today. Healing is arriving on swift-footed messengers all around you. From the birds of the sky, the gentle falling golden and yellow leaves, the majesty of the wild animals crossing your path, they're all harbingers of healing for you. They are bringing you into a stillness and receptivity that you have been cultivating. Those pieces of you that you feel have been lost or forgotten are being returned to you. All of this is simply coming to you. You need not do anything but rest your weary head and heart among the soft underbrush as you lean back upon the ancient trunk of the mighty oak tree. Breathe deeply in this moment. Smell the beauty of the wild wood as the light returns to your heart, awakening once more the youthful wonder of your beautiful soul and curious mind. When you are ready, you will rise, and you will know without anyone else's words in your mind the true depth of healing you have done for the divine masculine within you. There was a very intense weariness and hesitancy to believe that the past is truly over with what I felt in your energy. And in my past, one of the things that I struggled with a lot was this feeling of the other shoe is going to drop. And one of the things that I got so strongly with you guys was a very similar energy, waiting for the other shoe to drop, waiting for it all to fall back apart, waiting for the people that have come into your life after these stages to do the same thing, to repeat those same patterns. There was this energy that your perception of the divine masculine has been so skewed, and it has not been your fault. It has been because you naturally embody the divine feminine, whether or not you identify as male or female. It's not about the gender. The energy that you have the most natural to you is that divine feminine energy. But she's been denied, ignored, beaten down, is what I'm hearing. It's like she was thrown to the wolves because the people around you just simply could not accept it. And because of that, you took on this hard energy. I'm getting a message, and I have to preface it with, it just makes me so deeply uncomfortable. I'm getting this message that you put pieces of yourself in boxes. It was like you put yourself in the stockade. You locked yourself up. And it's not because you didn't love yourself. It's because you believed that part of yourself was not lovable, but you weren't able to fully see that it was because the people around you were not capable of seeing the true beauty that you are, the truest essence of who you are. And so it's like you were punishing yourself for being psychic, for being an empath, for having these gifts, for having this loving heart. And you'd tell yourself that every time someone came into your life and hurt you and manipulated you, every time you found yourself back in that cycle of narcissistic interactions or abuse, every single time, you would tell yourself it's your fault. If you weren't this way, if you didn't love this way. And I have been there. In my own way, I have been there. And it is so, so hard to move through that energy. It's so hard to see what a blessing you are, what a blessing the love that you have is, what a blessing your heart is. It's very hard to see that when you're in that energy, when you're around those people and you are moving out of that. I get such strong hermit energy with you, but if you look at the cards, and I'll explain what they are, we have counterpart energy. We have the divine masculine and the divine feminine, and it is in cups. You are some of the most powerful empath energy I've ever touched into. And you're learning that it's a blessing. The cards that we have here, this first card is how to shine your light. The second one is how that light is going to break through this mist. And the third one is the guidance on taking the next steps. The area in which the mist has descended that you are trying to move through to heal is the area of the Queen of Cups, the deep depths of intuitive wisdom, emotional intuition, emotional awareness. There's so much emotional intelligence within you now. And now it's learning how to be both. It's learning how to harness both energies, learning that neither the divine masculine or the divine feminine is inherently wrong or bad or evil or malicious. You just were coming into contact with people that you needed to because it actually helped develop your empathy even deeper. And maybe right now in this moment, because I'm feeling it so strongly, that does not help. But if I were to tell you that what I'm hearing right now is, I promise you it will in time, if that is something that you can hold that hope that it will help in time because you're going to shift out of this. I believe that. You will move out of this and shine your light. And I'm here to help give you the clarity of what you already know within. So let's see what your guides and spirits say for how to shine your light. We have the Six of Pentacles. Balance. Balance in give and take. You do not need to continually give and give and give and give of yourself until you break down and realize that you're not getting back what you're giving out. Now is the time for you to see that the divine feminine is not this constant giver, fixer, caregiver. She is those things, but she does all of those things to and for herself first and foremost. And that's something that you're learning here. You're learning how to give to yourself. And to shine your light out, it means to make sure that you make your boundaries very clear within yourself. And you stand firm in those in your outer world as well. It's a hard lesson to learn when you're an empath, how to have proper boundaries and how to not guilt yourself for having those boundaries, especially if you've been guilted in the past by others. But Archangel Raphael is helping to heal this so that you understand that boundaries are healthy. This is a healthy emotional balance to have. And give and take in harmony. Do not give more than what you have to give. Do not give more than what you have in an abundance, in an overflow. Do not give until you deplete yourself. And do not take less than what your worth is, because you are worthy of so much. You are worthy of infinite balance. You are worthy of receiving. You are worthy of so many things. And your guides just keep saying, you are worthy. You are worthy. And this is meant to help you with those boundaries, to help you maintain them and establish them, because that's going to help you shine your light. That gives you a level of empowerment within yourself where you say, this is my line in the sand. If you cross this line in the sand, you are no longer welcome into this energy, because I drew this, and you are expected to respect that, because I respect it for myself, and I respect those that you have placed for yourself. And that is a powerful way of moving forward. Know what your lines are, know what your boundaries are, and then maintain them by being true to yourself. So let's find out how doing this is going to help break you through that dense fog, that mist internally. We have the Page of Cups. Oh, I love this card. I love this card. I love this card. The Page of Cups in this deck is my favorite card. It is the card of when pigs fly. There's literally a flying pig on it. And there are days, I'm telling you, there are days where I find myself in the mist still. Because healing is not linear. Healing is a continual journey that we go on. And there are days that are harder than others. And sometimes I find myself in the mist, and I have a pair of socks that have flying pigs on it. And I wear them and I ground myself in this awareness that anything is possible, everything is possible. And our imaginations and curiosities and inner children know that of ourselves. And that may be something that is, it's almost as if you feel like that's so far off from you, but it's part of your essence. And when you set your boundaries, you're going to rediscover this part of you, this part that believes in everything and everyone. You may see the reality of it because you've been through the trenches, you've been through the reality, but that does not mean that you cannot move from the heart. It does not mean that your heart gives you the opportunity to make anything and everything possible. The Page of Cups is also my creative card. It's the card that I always think of like fiction writers. It's the Harry Potter card, the Twilight card, the card that creates new worlds, that creates stories. And that was something that I felt very strongly with you guys, especially with the way that your channeled message came through in such vibrancy and definition of the words. It was so picturesque in word form. It felt like I was writing a story. You may be storytellers. You may be authors. You may be my artists, the ones that can see the world through the lens of the mystical and the magical and create that. And pieces of you got broken down over time until you stopped being able to see that. But when you really harness this energy here, this balance of boundaries, and now my ears are ringing super loud. When you balance that and you draw your line in the sand for the people that are in your life, and you say, this is what I need, this is what I can and cannot give, and this is where we're moving from here, and they respect it, something inside of you is like, oh my gosh, everything and anything is possible because this one person respected me. Now everyone can respect me because I respect myself. I started this. I did this. And when you start giving yourself the credit, you start wondering, what else can I do? What else can I create? What else can I have equality and equal give and take and equal energy exchange in? What more? What else is out there? And you start wondering and thinking about it. And you don't stop yourself and say, I need to get my head out of the clouds. You let your head be in the clouds because you've grounded yourself, just like I said with me and my socks. You've grounded yourself in the knowledge that you're here to share this. You're here to create things that would be seen as impossible, but you know they're possible because you have the vision within you to do so. No amount of anyone saying you can or cannot do this, you can or cannot see this, can ever overwhelm and overpower the gifts that you have, because they are divinely given and they do not get taken from you. It is up to each and every one of us to use our gifts in the way that is for the highest good of ourselves and of others. It's up to each and every one of us. You know this because you've seen the other side of it, and you won't do that because you know what it's like to move through this imbalance, and now it's different. Things are different. Let yourself dream, imagine, and think up new ways of moving, of being, of living. Let your inner child play in the realm of curiosity and imagination. That's how you will break through the mist, by letting that piece of you out of the box, letting that piece of you become part of who you are again. So let's get the guidance on you taking your next step. We have the card 14 in Temperance. This Temperance card especially, he's got the sun and the moon in his hands. That's the balancing of the masculine and feminine, the balancing and the blending of these two into one. You have so much balance, harmony, oppositional forces, but counterpart energies. It's like you're your own soulmate. I heard you're your own twin flame. Like, you don't understand it quite fully. I don't know, maybe you do. I don't understand it fully, but there's this essence of you are both. You are your own, and you're learning how to move with these energies together. You're learning how to balance shining in the world with the emotional needs that you have. You're learning how to do this, how to alchemize all of these pains and wounds and create something more beautiful to move out of this energy. And an empowered empath can never be overcome or overtaken by any kind of narcissism, because you see through it and they cannot touch you anymore. And in fact, you end up shining a light on them in a way that they just don't know. You may have heard that you're an earth angel. That may have been almost like a point of pain in the past, and now it's starting to fill you up like, okay, this is who I am. This is what I can do. Let's get some cards on your destiny. We have abundance. Yes, you may have struggled a lot with feeling like anything of you was truly abundant. And abundance isn't just about money. Abundance is literally about the wealth of what we have. You have this abundance of psychic gifts, of visions, of creativity, and it's literally your destiny to create abundance, to share abundance, to show the world what it's like to be abundant. And you're learning now, as you have found your light and as you're learning to move forward, shining your light out, how to show the world what that looks like. We've got protection. See, this is what I was saying. That other shoe is not going to fall. And we've got the oak tree in here. And that's just confirming, like, the oak tree that is so strong, so rooted, so firm in itself and its ancient majesty and wisdom, and no amount of anything can sway the strength that it has in knowing what it is here to do. You have such beautiful protection around you, and there's so much green. There's so much green here. It's like your heart is finally awakening, and that's such a beautiful thing when you go through this heart expansion and awakening. So can we get one more, Spirit? One more for the destiny of pile 3. There. I was going to say, I knew it. I could feel it. Action. Yeah, the other shoe is not going to drop, sweetie. Like, that's what I just heard. The other shoe is not going to drop. It was like a grandmother energy. Very strong grandmother energy of the other shoe is not going to drop. You are 100% protected. You are 100% abundant, and this abundance is not going anywhere. It will continue to be abundant. You will continue to be abundant, and that equality will be in abundance. And you are protected on this journey. Even if it feels like you are up against a storm, You are protected on this journey. So it's okay. It's safe for you to take action. Even if it looks like there are storm clouds, you can do this, because this action card looks like it's storm clouds here and there's lightning up here trying to strike the tree, but you're protected. So it doesn't matter how you move into the world. It just matters that you do it, because you are protected. All of what you do is protected. We've got release. And look, we've got the falling of the leaves, just like the message was. It's like there's just this big, like, audible sigh energy that your guides want you to understand. You're releasing all of these things, these pains, these wounds, these beliefs that you're, gosh, I can just keep hearing the beliefs that you're crazy. You're just not. You're not at all. You have such a beautiful light. You have such a beautiful soul. You have such beautiful gifts. It's okay to release all of those structures that just weren't right for you. It's okay to allow yourself to cry. It's okay to allow yourself to feel. It's okay to allow yourself to say, I don't want this in my life anymore. And so I'm releasing any attachment to it. I'm releasing any expectation of it ever coming back. I'm releasing any fear surrounding it, because it served its time. It served its purpose. And now I am ready to let it go. And then envision leaves falling from a tree. And each leaf is one of those moments where someone has told you you're crazy. Someone has said you can't do this. Someone has said that you're wrong, that you're not what you are, that someone has used their own darkness and shadows to manipulate you, to change you because it made them feel better. You can release each and every one as you watch these leaves fall from the tree. And when they fall to the ground, it's like they disappear, because they're no longer in your energy. They're no longer on your path. It's done. It's over. And every single one, the mist relieves, or the mist clears a little bit more. It gets broken through. It gets cut through by that light that you have within you, where you know that you can just say it and it will be done. We have the card strength. Yeah. You are strong enough for this. You have this within you. You've built this over time. You've built this over a long course of time, and it has not been easy. But you've done this. No one else did this for you, just you. This is where your strength is in your gifts, in your powers, in your vision, in your mystery, your mystical nature, your curiosity, in what you see, what you perceive, and what you are here to accomplish. The vision that you have, the wisdom that you have, however you want to channel that into the world, that is your strength, and it is protected. It is meant to happen. So it's okay. You are safe to take action. You are safe to release these things from the past, because they are out of your life now. And then we have grieving. On the back, we have trust. The grieving card, along with the card trust. Number one, any grief that you feel, whether it's grief from loss, grief from a life that you felt was unlived, grief from the feeling that something's been taken from you, that pieces of you have been taken from you, grief about the past self that you're not proud of. You're being asked to let that go, to let yourself feel that. There is a strength that comes from knowing that sadness just means that we loved someone deeply. And if that sadness is surrounding yourself, then know that the depth in which you grieve for the old versions of yourself shows the depth of the love that you have for yourself. Please trust and know that this is true, and in yourself, trust in yourself. Again, I'm getting that earth angel energy. Please trust in what you're here to do. Trust in your light, because your light shines above. Your light shines above the rest. Your light shines out, and it is a beacon in the darkness, and it is meant to be that. If you need to grieve, grieve, because it will help strengthen you, because it will help you release. So trust in this process and trust in yourself. because you are capable of all of this, worthy of all of this, and you are meant for this. You were never crazy. People were just afraid of the power and the love that you have. And that is out of your life now. I feel that so strongly that it's just not part of this journey anymore. So the next steps are letting yourself move through this release period, move through this so that you can take action moving forward. Know that you are awakening that abundance within yourself. Know you're protected on this path, and know that any release of anything, any pains, any hardships from the past, that is exactly what you're meant to do in this exact moment. Okay, pile 3, I am sending you guys the biggest hug, the most loving, healing energy I can. I love you guys so much. I want to say thank you so much for your energy, for being here, for continuing to move forward on your path, for keeping yourself going upright and putting one foot in front of the other. It is a beautiful thing, and the world is blessed to have you in it. So thank you so much. I want to say thank you to your guides and my guides for facilitating the connection between our energies. Thank you to Spirit for bringing these messages forth. And thank you so much to Lexi for this collaboration. This has been so profound already. And I am just honored for the collaboration, honored for the energies, for the messages. I really am. All right, pile 3, if this resonated, please hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell. That way you get notified whenever I upload and you don't miss any of my future videos. Down in the description box, there will be a link to Lexi's video. If you haven't checked it out, go check it out. And there are also links to my Amazon author page, as well as links to donate to my channel if you feel so inclined. All right, pile 3, I'm going to leave you here. Again, I'm sending you guys so much love. And I want to say thank you again for being here. I love you all. Bye. Hello, pile 4. If you chose the 4th card and crystal rune, the devil card, as well as the rings rune, this is the message of how to shine your light and use that to find your path forward. The archangel which came through for you, and I love working with this archangel. I have to tell you that the archangel that came through for you was Archangel Metatron, and he is here to help amplify your own energetic alignment. And he is asking for you to spend some time in meditation or quiet contemplation, however you connect with spirit, with deities, with archangels, ascended masters, whatever method works the best for you. He's asking for you to call on him so that he can bless you with his sacred geometric cube. I actually did this once, and as I was preparing for your pile shortly before filming, I was brought back to that memory. I was in the middle of a Reiki session, and the healer was having some trouble with my solar plexus. And I called in Archangel Metatron and I asked for his geometric cube for the assistance in this way. And it was almost instantaneous. The Reiki healer I was working with, she literally exclaimed how quickly it changed and how powerful the change was. And when I explained to her, she's like, well, that makes sense. And that's literally what Archangel Metatron is asking for you to do, because this is definitely going to help you. The reason why this is going to help you is all about the energy that I picked up for this pile. So I channeled messages for your pile. The devil card says, make fear your friend and turn obstacles into allies. And this is a very different devil card than most. There aren't two people chained to a devil in this card. There is literally the Page of Swords going up against the devil. And the Page of Swords in this deck is the it's the detective energy. It's the one that looks into everything in order to find inspiration, in order to find the truth. The energies astrologically that I picked up were Chiron, Capricorn, and Virgo. And it can be any combination of these. They don't have to be in your chart for this to be your pile, but those were very, very strong energies. So we've got the 6th house, the 10th house. You could have Chiron in either Capricorn or Virgo. Capricorn or Virgo can be in your 6th or 10th house, and you can have Chiron in the 6th or 10th house. Like I said, it doesn't have to be that in your chart for this to resonate, but those were really, really strong energies. It was like deep earth healing, but healing in the earthly realm in a completely different way. I also did direct channeling with automatic writing, and yours was the longest. So I'm just going to give you guys the channeled messages, and then we'll get into the cards. You are the shadow warriors, closely aligned to Archangel Michael as well, and may at times feel like your own inner avenging angel who stealthily slips through the veil of your own mental illusions to blaze the light upon the shadow within yourself, which is casting deception. You're a seer of darkness, but you're no longer fearful of this gift because you carry a blazing sword of truth in all that you do. Have you felt the stirring within you, like a snake coiled and ready to strike? The world is waiting, for it is through your wisdom and bravery that the journey into the depths of darkness within and without, you have well and truly gained the strength and dedicated commitment for the next steps upon your journey. The next message I got was shadow integration and ego embracing. You now understand these are your polarities, and the center is your soul, your true self, your essence, and your divinity. You have come now into the full awareness of what it means to be a divine being, living every human experience fully while transforming all pains into blessings. You've dug down to the depths within and discovered the inner gem, the flawless, priceless diamond of your soul. You are now being called out of the mist to share this beauty with the world and teach others the true warrior's fight is within. The energy of you, I want you to understand that this is your natural energy. That is what I received, is this vibrant, just vibratory energy that's going all the way through, but it was primarily starting in the solar plexus, as though the very sun in the sky has been energetically contained within your solar plexus and woven through your entire being. And energy bodies, each and every one of your energy bodies, creating your own self-sustaining internal energetic recharge and replenishment. I have never seen visions of energy in the way that I got from you. It's like you don't need anything or anyone to recharge your energy. It's like you break all the rules. You have this extremely powerful light and vibration. And I get the sense that there has been a perception of hardness or even egotism with you guys. But underneath that, because you know that you have to be hard in order to face down shadows the way that you have, underneath that is an essence of such softness that is so starkly contrasted to this hardened exterior that people perceive. Because you have the gentle, loving grace that it's like as soft and gentle and supple as your internal world is as hot as the sun burns if you're standing on the equator in direct sunlight with no sunscreen and no protection whatsoever. Just, you have such huge, potent polarities, but you know them and you've integrated them. And that was so, your energy was so profound. I felt like I was literally vibrating, just sitting in it. And this rings talks about a union or a marriage, and it's literally a union and marriage of these pieces of you into a wholeness within. You've literally become that detective energy, and you're able to slay any and every demon that pops up within yourself. And you know how to do this. It's like you know this front and back. You wrote the book on it, is what I'm hearing. So we have 3 cards here. This first one is how to shine your light. The second one is how your light will break through the mist that you're in. And the third one is guidance on taking the next step. I did pull one card to signify what the mist area is in your life. And I'm going to move this up for you to see, because this is the Judgment card. And this Judgment card literally speaks of the truth, of what needs to be done. You're moving through a mist right now, and I feel like you already knew this, and so this is just like, I'm hearing compounded confirmation for you, just because of wanting to hear it at any given point in time. You're here because you just want to hear that confirmation. You're here to literally be a hard truth teller, to speak truths into the world, to be the one that makes that judgment call, to show people how to make a judgment call in their lives, in themselves, to see the things that they don't want to see that exist within them, to see the shadows, to see the darkness, to be a shadow seer like you are, to be a shadow warrior like you are. You have to see it all. And because of that, you end up seeing all of the truth. And that's a powerful, powerful gift. It is a gift that not many are bestowed, because not many would have the bravery, the courage, and the willpower to do what you have done for yourself, to go down as deeply as you can, to discover everything that you can, whether it's from this life or others, whether it's from this world or others, and see every way in which your soul on its journey has misstepped, has missed a lesson, and then to learn that lesson in this life, no matter how difficult, no matter how challenging it has been, to do it because you know you need to, because your soul needs you to, and because you are here to do that. And that's why people can see you as being egotistical, because you know, even without knowing, it's like there's a clear cognizance here where you know without knowing that this is what you absolutely have to do. So if you have to come into a connection because you know it's a karmic connection, you're going to go into it. You won't do it blindly, but you're going to go into it. You're going to play your role. And I just saw 11:11 on my clock. That's what you have been doing. You've been going into all of these things so that you can learn what your soul needed to learn, so that you can be that judgment call for others, so you can show people how to do that. And that's a hard thing to do, because it's like the odds are stacked against you, because people don't want to hear the truth. A lot of the time, people don't want to hear the truth. They don't want to face the truth, because the truth means that they would have to face up to what they've done. But you've done that. You've done that. And so you carry the strength of doing that. And that is not egotistical. That is just pure essence of strength. And that is a powerful, powerful force in this world. And it's something the world absolutely 100% needs. So let's find out how to shine your light forward. We have the 4 of Cups. Oh my gosh. Literally turn and look. You shine your light moving forward by showing people where they're blinding themselves, because you see your own blind spots way faster than anyone else would. You may have lived your early life completely blinded to the truth of who you are, blinded to your gifts, blinded to the world. Like, I just get this energy of there was so much you didn't see that when you started to see, you had to see it all. And you didn't stop until you did. And so to get stuck in this energy means that you're not seeing something, and you won't allow that. And that's how you shine your light. By looking, by turning and looking at anything and everything, looking at the darkness, and then realizing that in that darkness, there is always a light. There is always a gift. There is always a blessing. The lessons are the blessings, is what I just heard. The lessons are the blessings, and you are here to shine your light in that way. So let's find out how you doing that for yourself is going to break through the mist. We have the Ace of Cups. I love that. Because what that shows me is this cup that's being offered is literally the Ace of Cups. And she's got the heart in the center, but it's surrounded by this yellowish energy. So you're learning how personal power brings in love. You're here to be that judgment call, be that truth teller, be that truth seeker. And when you shine your light and you turn and you look at the blessings, instead of looking at the shadows, because now it's time for you to look at the blessings. You've been looking at the shadows. I'm hearing plenty long enough. It's time for you to turn your head. Turn your head and look at the blessings. Shine your light on the blessings now. That diamond that we talked about, because that's going to bring in this essence of love, love within yourself. And that softness that we talked about, that's going to come out more and more. And people will still experience the hardness, but the hardness will be cut with the softness. It will have both there. So you're going to be moving forward with this kind of polarity energy, but it won't be as stark. It won't be as contrasting. It's going to, as you shine the light, it's going to show you the essence of love. It's going to show you where to find new love. And that's more, I just get this deep internalized energy with you guys. You're here to show people how to take the bleakest moments and find that beauty, find that essence, find that love, find that cup that they need, that singular cup. You don't need any other cups. You have your one cup. You can gather as many as you want. But when a cup spills, let it spill, because a better one, a bigger one, a more important one will always come in. And you're learning this, and you're learning how to shine that forward, to cut through that with the essence of who you are, with this new beginning energy, this awareness that you have heard the own judgment call of your heart. You've heard the truth of yourself, and you are ready now to live in love. Let's get your guidance on taking the next steps. We have the Sun. Again, there's that energy of the world may see you as egotistical, but they're not going to anymore. It's like they did, but now they won't. Your next steps are to just shine the truth of who you are out into the world. It's to call in that help from Archangel Metatron, that alignment, those blessings of those sacred geometry cubes. And when I look at the Sun, I actually, like, on this card, there's so many of these cards that just feel like sacred geometry just is imbued in them in ways that we don't know it to be. There are very ingrained sacred geometry forms in the world, but it's almost like you know different ones because you've seen the shadow aspect, and everybody focuses on the sacred geometry that is of the light. You now see the other side of it, and you can use the other side of it to usher in more love. I don't know what that means, but I have the feeling this pile will know what that means. So let's take a look. Let's get a little bit more clarity. Oh, your cards want to pop out now, just like sliding everywhere. Guides and spirit for pile number 4. Can we get just a little bit more clarity on this journey? It's like you've had everything taken away. And a lot of it was, it may have been like moments where you're like, I don't have any idea why I'm doing this. I just know I have to. That's that soul energy. We've got forgiveness. It's that soul energy, passion. And now you're learning. Your guides just said, forgive yourself. You had to do what you had to do, and well-being. You guys may have been drawn to another pile, by the way. If you were, I'm not going to say the numbers. I've been pretty pretty adamant about not doing that, just because I want you to use your intuition as much as you can. But there are some overlap of energies and messages. And then we have family here on the back of the deck. Yeah. Some of you, this darkness that you had to walk through had everything to do with your family. And it's like your family lineage. You're learning how to forgive yourself for some of the things that you've done, how to forgive your family for some of the things that they have done. You're learning how to just give forgiveness. It's almost like you're giving it freely, but because you understand the essence of forgiveness. Forgiveness is not about, it's not about excusing. Forgiveness is not about the other person. Forgiveness is literally for ourselves. We give forgiveness to others because we understand the nature of how they work. And we understand that because we understand our own shadows. And when you give this forgiveness, that's when you actually see this cup that's going to cut through. So some of you may still feel like you're in that detective mode. You're still cutting away certain things. And Spirit and your guides really want you to know that you are the shadow warrior here. This is a gift for you. It's going to awaken these new passions within you. As soon as you allow yourself this forgiveness of, did I do something wrong? Have I overstepped? Have I done this? Have I done that? Because people see you a certain way, and it may create this internal battle that you have been waging. Now you're learning this forgiveness trick. And as you do that, this well-being card, it's like you've learned how to take care of yourself. You're showing others how to be passionate in life, how to harness passion in life, how to take care of themselves. Some of you may have families and have gone through the shadow recently of feeling guilty for not being as present as you would like to be. And that means that, say, for instance, you were going through an ascension and you were very much up in the higher realms and had a hard time grounding, so the cleaning didn't get done regularly. Forgive yourself for those moments. And remember that the past is already done. We cannot change the past. All we can do is change the present which informs the future. So if we see that the past is already gone and it's just there in our memories for our lessons, it's there for us to heal and let go of. It's there for us to move beyond, because it's time for that. We've reached that time now. In that way, that's when we return back to center. We come back to our hearts. We give that forgiveness to ourselves, because we all are always doing the best that we can at any given point in time. And you deserve forgiveness just as much as you give forgiveness to others. So you can forgive yourself and say, okay, I know that I may have done this. I know that I may have done that. Or I know that I may have taken someone else's interpretation of me and absorbed it. And then it created this mess that I had to go and clean up within myself. Yes, you may have done that. Yes, you may have been born into a family where it was a challenge. Yes, you may have a family and you're trying to navigate being a spiritual person with a family, which is not an easy task either. It doesn't mean that you're not worthy of living a passionate life. It doesn't mean that you're not worthy of shining yourself into the world. And honestly, when you shine yourself into the world, you take care of yourself better, because your light takes care of you and then shines out to others, and they learn how to take care of themselves. And it takes what was once a vicious cycle and turns it into a healing circle. That was an interesting message. Okay, let's get some guidance and clarity on your destined path forward. We have success. One more. Your family will benefit from the success that you have. And I see the success, and it's literally like a jaguar moving through the jungle, and you can see the mist. But the jaguar doesn't see the mist. The jaguar just sees where it's going. It knows that the mist is there, but it just keeps moving forward. And that is such a strong protective energy too, that you have guides beside you through this energy. All right, and then we have taking risks. And on the back, we have inner peace. Okay. Every time that you take a step forward for you, my gosh, the camera, it does this. It's been doing this with, I think, pile fours continually. It's like, we're going to give you this visual, like in and out, just as a confirmation. Every time that we take a step forward, every time that we see something that we want, we see something that we're passionate about, we know that we want to make that a reality, a success in our life. Even if it is just simply healing something that the world tells us is not capable of being healed. For instance, post-traumatic stress disorder. I was diagnosed with post-traumatic stress disorder when I was 15 years old. I had it most of my life, and then it was compounded upon. I literally had to go and have a psychological evaluation done in order to prove to myself and led by the universe to prove it to me that I had healed my post-traumatic stress disorder, because it was not a result of that testing. Sometimes we are very successful in the healing that we do, so much so that we don't even want to believe it. That we don't want to believe it, because what if we're wrong? But what if you're right? There is this level of, you can reach this inner peace. You've taken the risks that you need. In the outside world, go ahead and take risks, because success is guaranteed for you when you move from what you're passionate about, when you speak about these things, when you shine your light into the world, when you move forward and you take care of yourself, and you know that that's the right thing to do. Because when you do that, and especially when you have a family or children, when you take care of yourself, you're teaching your children the benefit of caring for themselves. You're leading by example. And that's such an important thing. And we can overlook that, because as parents, we want to take care of our children all the time. But when we teach them to care for themselves by leading by example, by caring for ourselves, by saying, you know what, mom or dad, we're tired tonight. We need to do this tonight. Let's do this instead. Or I'm going to go and do this for myself so that I feel better. And then you come back and you do feel better. And you have that beautiful inner peace within you, and you move in that way. They see what a success it is to take care of yourself. And when they see that, and then you engage in your passions in the world, you engage in the things that make you feel alive, the things that light you up, and you do this, you take these risks and you find your success and you maintain this inner peace, your family benefits from every single one of those moments. Whether it's a family that you're building, a family to happen in the future, or a family that you have now, it benefits from you doing these things. There may be an interim time where it does feel like that Four of Cups, but that changes too. And so for all of those moments that you felt these ways, please give yourself forgiveness, because you deserve it. Your inner peace deserves it. Your family deserves it. Your well-being deserves it. This is your trumpeting truth call. You know what your judgment call is here. You know what you need to do. You know that these are things that you need to do. You know you're being asked to do these things, and it's okay. It's safe. It's the time for it. You have all that you need for it. So allow yourself to step into the role that you're meant to step into. Show people what it's like. Show people how to do this, because you are here to lead the world by example. You're here to lead your family by example. And every time that we do more healing for ourselves, we actually impart that wisdom on those descended from us, on our children and their children's children. We, in a big way, are ancestors in this exact moment. And your ancestors want you to realize that, because they never did. So take risks and know that you'll be successful. Live a passionate life. Shine your light out and show people what it's like to heal, to find inner peace, to battle down that devil inside of themselves that other people may have put there, or that they have allowed to be there from their own actions, from your own actions. Go ahead and do that. Take ownership and responsibility, because there are so few people in the world that do that, and you do. Lead by example because you're meant to, because it's your calling, it's your purpose. You know what you're here to do. And so now is the time to do it. You have some very powerful allies, very powerful guides, very powerful archangels here to help you, because those who see the darkness know the light the most. And that's a beautiful thing. Okay, pile 4. Oh, your energy is just off the charts. It is. I feel like I'm vibrating again. Pile 4, thank you so much for being here. I want to say thank you so much to your guides and my guides for facilitating the connection between our energies. Thank you to Spirit for allowing these messages to flow so smoothly and clearly for the collective of Pile 4. I want to say thank you so much to Lexi for doing this collaboration. It was such an inspired moment, and I am honored to be able to do a collab with her. And Pile 4, thank you again. Please, if this video resonated, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you get notified the next time I upload a video and every time I upload a video. And down in the description box below, you can catch Lexi's video. I will link it down in the description box, as well as links to my author page on Amazon and links to donate to my channel if you feel so inclined. All right, Pile 4. You guys are rock stars. I am in awe of you, and I know your spirit guides are like right there cheering you on for you to take this next leap out of the darkness and shine your light into the world and just be unapologetically you, because you're freaking awesome. So thank you again for being here. I love you all. Bye.